Let me play you this soundbite. This is the Ukraine's Minister of Foreign Affairs talking about the ongoing conversations between Russian and Ukrainian officials. Take a listen.
They can continue their consultations at the expert level, but no high-level talks are taking place. After Bucha, it became particularly difficult to continue talking with the Russians. But as my president mentioned, Mariupol may be a red line.
And of course, the fighting in Mariupol does continue as well. What do you think happens next, quite frankly, just based off that statement?
Well, I saw some reporting yesterday as well that Zelensky is not going to come to the table to negotiate about the eastern Donbass. So I think, unfortunately, the fighting is going to continue for some time. We should continue to resupply them. They've been very successful conventionally, but now this is kind of settled into kind of a trench warfare situation where you've got some forward line of troops on both sides that are fairly static. They need to be able to protect their supply lines in the western part of the country, as your map is showing there. And the United States needs to stand firmly with them. We need to continue the strong sanctions on Russia. We need to quickly force them out of this negotiating position with Iran and hopefully get China to cut them off financially, to put increased pressure on China. Otherwise, this just goes on for the foreseeable future.
Well, there are questions about Vladimir Putin's next move as well. And if he could be escalating the situation in the war that we've seen so far, if it's even possible to do that. Here's President Zelensky. This is what he had to say in an interview over the weekend, saying the world should be ready for the possibility that Russia's President Vladimir Putin would use tactical nuclear weapons because he does not value Ukrainian lives, calling the Russian offensive genocide there. Again, that from Zelensky. Concern of nuclear weapons here. And then here's a soundbite from the Austrian chancellor about Putin's possible next move. Take a listen.
He knows that he has this weapon, and he knows the threat of this weapon. So I don't know if he really use it, but he knows that he can threat the world with these weapons.
Quite concerning to hear, to say the least.
Yeah, it is. And you saw the guest you had on from the Ukraine that talked about the fact that there's expert level discussions between State Department, Department of Defense, and Ukraine. But this is really where we need leadership in the world to de-escalate this situation. Unfortunately, President Biden hasn't shown that. You just had Congressman Brooks on. I'm heading down to Yuma today to our own border here in Arizona, where I'm running for U.S. Senate. And everyone sees the fact that President Biden is not leading. And with us being the leader in the world militarily, economically, and politically, we just are not exhibiting leadership at this level. And we really need to change that, Emma. The only way the Ukrainian people get out of this is they've got a strong leader in Zelensky. They're going to be able to continue to fight and prevail. But it's going to take much longer if we don't come to their aid diplomatically and economically to force Putin to the table and end this thing with a ceasefire quickly.
Yeah, a big question of how long will this war last? Of course, everyone's wondering that. Major General Michael McGuire joining us this morning. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Emma. God bless you.